What's up guys, it's Kevin the Tech Ninja, and not too long ago I had an opportunity to go early hands-on with Samsung's latest flagship gaming monitors. It's not a full review or a full technical breakdown, but more so my experiences with it for about an hour. I will have a longer video on the 3D monitor coming soon since Samsung sent one in, so stay tuned for that. In this room we had access to two brand new monitors from Samsung. We have the 27-inch Odyssey OLED and the 27-inch Odyssey 3D monitor. Let's start with the OLED. Looking at this monitor, it has Samsung's DNA all over it with design. It has a slim flush panel border plus a thin hard plastic outer frame, giving you a almost three-sided borderless look. Now built around the 27-inch QD OLED panel, the chassis and stands are both crafted with real metal with a silver finish on the front, rear, and base, and it's only 49.2 millimeters deep without a stand. And so you have this included stand, and it allows for 120 degrees of pivot, and also you have a cable raceway for management. Now with ports, we have two HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4, we have one USB-B port for upstream, and we have two USB-A ports for downstream. Now surrounding the stand attachment point is Samsung's Core Sync and Core Lighting Plus RGB ring, which projects up to 16.7 million colors onto your wall, and it synchronizes what's on your screen. So yeah, the design is great as expected. The actual screen is 4K and it's a matte anti-reflective finish, which Samsung has been putting on all their devices lately. We have 240 Hertz with a 0.03 refresh rate. It supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, NVIDIA G-Sync, and it's compatible with HDMI Form VRR from 20 Hertz up to 240 Hertz, and also it's 10-bit color. So yeah, it performs great. Obviously, we have amazing specs, but it's very, no thrills outside of the RGB lighting style. But once again, only for a quick gaming session in a controlled environment, I really have no complaints. But these days, performance on a high-end monitor isn't Samsung should struggle with, because on paper, it's a champ and it plays like it too. So, moving right along, and the reason you click this video is the star of the show. I've seen this monitor a few years now, off and on at CES, and we finally have a retail unit to check out. It is a somewhat normal looking Samsung monitor. It doesn't scream 3D, doesn't scream gimmicky, and it's 4K and 165 Hertz with a 1 millisecond refresh time. And on non-3D gaming, it's still pretty good, but the extra money you're paying for is going to be for 3D. We do have a DisplayPort 1.4 and two HDMI 2.1 ports, USB 3.1 for downstream and upstream ports, built-in speakers and a headphone jack. So this 3D is a bit different than old 3D in the past. It has two cameras on the top bezel to track your eyes, which gives you the 3D effect. And it's really interesting as you look at it, and then the 3D kind of snaps into place. And then if you look away, it goes away. Then you look again, it snaps back in. And it does a good job at following your eyes, but you still have to be sitting pretty much in the center of the frame to truly see it. Now, all this is nearly impossible to show in video, which as a video creator isn't ideal, but seeing it in person, I do admit it is super impressive, and like the actual technology behind it is not a gimmick. It looks great. But with this new technology, there is always a few, I would say, trade-offs or caveats. So a big one is that not all the content is supported. So your favorite games most likely will not work. Each game has to be modified to work on this display. Samsung has said that they have a roadmap for even more games, but right now it's just a handful of games that are fully supported. I don't want to give an exact number because obviously that could change by the time you're watching this video, but I'm going to leave a link down below for the supported titles, and hopefully that list does get updated. There are also levels of support where some games were made for 3D and other games were adjusted to work in 3D. And it even has some software sliders that will help you adjust, which was great, and it helped me focus. Now, when I compare it to the game that was built for 3D and the game that was modified for 3D, the game that was built for 3D, you can definitely tell as the objects, as I said, they were flying off the screen. It felt like they were flying around you. I mean, it was one of the most immersive experiences you could have without wearing a headset. And the other game just had like kind of a 3D effect where it didn't get that same feeling. There's this Gaming Hub software that will scan your computer to let you know which games are supported in 3D space. and it will launch the games for you. The software also pops up once you are watching a video that supports 3D as well. So if you go to YouTube and fire up a 3D video, from there you can select you want to watch it in 3D, and then you have that same effect, but gaming is much more dynamic. And just like anything that is new, this is the worst that it's ever going to be, as with each software update and each hardware update down the line, it's going to continue to get better, but this is a great starting point. But once again, as I always say, we got to have the software to really make it dynamic. We got to have those games. We got to have the Call of Duties. We got to have games that we want to play, and very popular games. So I am going to keep my eye on Samsung to see what that roadmap truly looks like. But I can't give a full review yet because I only had an hour with it. More time is needed, so make sure you are following me, as I will have a full review coming out soon because I have the monitor in my house now. Both monitors you can order today, and they have special early ordering credits. So the 3D monitor is $2,000, and there's a $300 credit from wherever you buy it, and additional promo offers from Samsung.com. The 27-inch OLED G8 is $1,300, and this too gets the $300 credit as well, bringing it down to just $1,000, which I think is really great for the G8 OLED. But anyways, want to know what you guys think? Kevin the Tech Ninja. Follow me for more, and we'll talk later.